Hi everyone, it's Diane with Boho Stamper. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. For me, this is Sunday afternoon, so I apologize for no video on Friday. I kind of got scheduled later than I thought I would have to help out with an art festival on Friday, and I had my card design, but I did not have time to make my video. So we're doing that for today. Yeah. So Friday, Monday, we're still going to make our card. Reminder that celebration ends with August, which is only a couple weeks away, believe it or not. And oh my goodness, you know what? I think I forgot to put this on my website. These are the additional items that Stampin' Up! Is offering because some of those celebration items are already sold out. I think the little note cards, the pool party and soft sea foam note cards got sold out really early. But these are the extra items that you can earn for free. Right? Some embossing folders, extra dies, the daffodil dies, silver foil paper, brushed metallic papers, always handy to use during the holidays. And you only have a couple weeks left to take advantage of celebration. And I was gonna lay the flyer out here to remind you, and I don't know where I put it. So this is my shopping code for August. And when you shop with Boho Stamper online and get your Stampin' Up! Supplies and use your shopping code, I also send out a thank you. And for a $50 order, I'm going to send you some sample adhesive sheets. And with a $100 order, I'll send you those adhesive sheet samples and the Artistic Mix decorative masks. So that was the shopping code. This lets me know that you have placed an order and I can get those thank yous sent out. Okay. So what I was going to do on Friday that I didn't get to do was an iris fold card. So I guess it's considered a fun fold because we are folding paper. And I don't know if you can see the little layers here that go around my basic circle die cut. I have some little chipboard or they're heavier cardstock, and these were left from the suite when we used Peaceful Poppies, and we had the Peaceful Poppies Designer Series paper that went with that stamp set. There was there were some other little vellum leaves and things. So, anyways, using all of those elements, I made my sample card. I learned a couple things from that. I used some of the Designer Series paper in there out of that package, and I cut 1-inch strips, which is what we're going to do for this card as well. And then I scored it at 3/4, and I folded that little 1/4 of an inch over and glued them down. And this gave me my folded edge along the iris so that it was to make it look neater. The bad thing about it is because the DSP is a little bit heavier, it's almost a cardstock weight. Sort of didn't finish my sentence there. Sorry. It's about a cardstock weight. By folding that edge under, I made this really very thick. And it's very pretty, but I'm not happy with the way my basic white panel feels warped. The card looks pretty, but I'm going to try to do something a little different this time just to make that not so bulky. It's a very, very cute idea, and I have never made this before, so, I'm going to take what I learned and try to do a little bit better this time. We'll need, like I said, we'll need a focal point for the center of the iris. So I always have extra die cuts, if you've watched my channel, I always cut extra. So I have some ferns cut here just in case I want to use those. But what I think I'm going to use is I have 2 little packs left from when we did our Boho Indigo cards at a workshop. And they have little white daisies and some pear pizzazz colored vellum leaves. And I'm using a Pear Pizzazz card base. So I thought that might work out well for this card. For this card also, I'm going to use some lighter weight paper. And I do think that I could do it with this paper and just not fold the edge under. And it would look just as nice and be less bulky. This paper I'm using is, it's a specialty designer series paper. It was from Floral Romance years ago, but it had a lot of vellum. So this is a very thin paper in there. And we still have some pretty vellums out there. Actually, in the winter catalog, I think there's a beautiful white vellum, if I'm not mistaken. That would work great for this. And the first thing that we have to do is look up online. Either, you can Google or look on Pinterest for free iris fold templates. And you'll be able to get different shapes that have the numbers already in them. The numbers are going to tell us in what order we're going to glue our strips of paper, our 1-inch strips. So I thought this would be a fun one to do. And each one of these then leaves a center to add a focal point. Squares. I'll add some of these links in the description box below. I mean, I know you can still get them because I just printed these last week when I was looking for templates. One thing you want to pay attention to is the size. When I die cut my circle and I lay it over the original size, my die cut circle was way smaller than this, and I was going to cut off a lot of the template. And so all I did was reduce the image when I went to print it. I think I did it at like 90%. And it left a little bit of a border around the template, but that's okay. It still works. So I've printed the circle. I haven't printed any of the other ones yet because I'll have to measure those up to my dies and see what I want to print them at, what percentage I want to decrease that image. And you might have to play with it a little bit, but I think then once you have it, like this template is, I'm just going to set it aside and use it the next time too. So I took those papers and I did cut some 1-inch strips, and I used 4 different designs of paper, and I have them in little stacks so that I can I think I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I know there are some templates that have like 1A, 1B. I don't know if I'm ready to start into that kind of a design yet. So I'm just going to do 1 strip or each number. And we'll see how it looks. Okay, I'm still learning too. I have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic white. I die cut my circle in there, and then I ran it through my 3D fern embossing folder just to give it a little bit of texture on the background. And then I taped it upside down. We're going to be working on the back side of this embossed folder. Remember to die cut first and then emboss it. If you do your embossing folder first and then you run it back through your cut and emboss machine to die cut, you're going to smooth out your embossing. So die cut your shape. If you're going to use a circle, a square, oval, whatever you have, you can use any shape. I'm going to try one of these. Oh, I don't have a pumpkin die cut. Oh yeah, little ones. I don't know if it'll work though because I don't think we'll be able to see the design behind a little die cut. I wanted to try pumpkin for Halloween. And then I'm going to begin where my template has a number 1, and I'm going to glue one of my 1-inch strips face down, because remember we're working on the back side of the card panel. And You want to make sure this is long enough to come over to the edge of your die cut shape. Don't make it too short. I did that on my first one. That's why I have a vellum leaf where I have it. Because we can take our panel when we're all finished adding our strips and trim off any of the pattern paper that's overhanging. Does that make sense? I hope so. So, I mean, I tried not to make them too long because I was trying to avoid the bulk, but we want to cover up that center. I'm just going to use some liquid glue. I did use tape runner on my first one and it worked. My 3D Fern embossing folder is a pretty dimensional embossing folder, and so I think I'm going to use liquid glue on this one to get it going. I'm going to line the edge of my 1-inch strip up with the line provided on the template. And see, it's overhanging here a bit, but that's okay. Like I said, we can trim that off. And then I'm going to move to where the number 2 is and do the same thing. Cut a strip. Add some glue here. I'm really hoping this does decrease the bulk. 2, 3 is up here. A little tapey's going to get glue on it. I think this is a very pretty design. And 4. I think the patterns, like when they have 1A, 1B, 1C, things like that, we would be putting like all of this vellum in this section, all of the light green leaves on this side of the design, all of the lighter orange on this side, and so on. But mine's just going to go around in a circle. We'll see how it comes out. If I don't like it, I don't like it. Guess we don't have to like everything we make, right? I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised with the first one. I loved it. On to 5. Oh, I guess it's going to work out that way anyway. I'm silly. Okay, now I'm thinking I can use my tape runner because I'm off of the embossed panel. 5. Again, lining up my edge of my 1-inch strip with the line that they've provided, and on to 6. I guess I'd rather have them a little bit longer where I can trim them off than to have it too short. Yeah, I did watch one video where a man was designing his own template, and it was beautiful, but didn't think it was exactly something I was ready for. Sort of like the one girl that I watch with her journal, and she makes mandalas, and she makes her own designs. They are so pretty. 8. And I have to be careful with my glue and the vellum because remember with vellum you can see your adhesive through. 9. Oh, did that when I was doing my first card too. I was sticking to my fingers a lot. 10. 11. 12. 'Back to my first pattern for number 13. This way. 14. 15. 'These pieces are actually getting a little shorter now as we move towards the center. 16. 'Oh, that's off my card for Tuesday. I have to finish gluing my sample card together. I was going to tell you a little bit about the art center that I did volunteer for on Friday. They had a children's art festival, and I think that the kids just had a good time. I think they did anyways. And I was at the tie-dye booth and got to, I haven't tie-dyed since I was in school. But I think it was the perfect place to be because the colors of the t-shirts were so beautiful. You couldn't help but just smile. It was so pretty. Come on. Couldn't pick it up. And this is number 18. Ah. 18. So I'm going to use some of my shorter pieces here. That's working out really well. 19. 20. Oops. I don't have enough under there. Just trying to be careful of the vellum see-through bit. 20. This one. 21. 22. And our last one, 24. Okay. Carefully take off my tape. And are you ready? I like it. I like it. That design is so pretty. Okay, let's trim off the edges that are overhanging. Get that one little piece there. I got little bits flying everywhere. It's actually quite thick. There's a lot of paper there. I'm trying not to cut my top panel. All right. That's really pretty. So this is what it's going to look like. Yay, I love it. Can you see all the little swirly lines in there? Right. And so then we need our focal point. And again, I think I am going to use my little daisy. You could use any any little design you have, a stamped image maybe, and cut out, punch out with just your small circle punch, or maybe you have some extra die cuts. I thought I had some, those little flowers, or let's see, what are some of my recent ones? Oh, these ones were from the step card, that step card that we just did. You could always cut off little sprigs from that and use them as your focal point. Or there's some more little some little sprigs. Yep, I always just have extra die cuts because I change my mind about colors so often. Ribbons too, obviously, because that was a little bow. So I'm going to need to put my silicone mat here and glue a little flower. I think I can get 2 little flowers here. Yeah, so here's a little flower punch. It cuts out flowers pretty much shaped like this. Maybe a little bit bigger than that, but you could certainly just put one in the middle with a leaf. That would be really pretty. Or what else? I'm just trying to think of what else would be fun. Oh, that'd be cute peeking through. Closer together. Aww. Okay. Let's let that dry for a second and get a piece of basic white. And I'm using Charming Sentiments. What do I want to say on this one? How about Charming Sentiments has coordinating dies. God, I lost the other sheet of them. Come here, I see you. Oh, I have dies everywhere. Oh no, that's something different. Nope, that's it. Oh, this is it. Coordinating dies for my goodness. For some other little party shapes here too. Which is why they're all over, because we're using this on Tuesday. And that's how I got that little star stuck on there, because I had cut out lots of little shapes. And so these were just my circle dies where I was measuring over top of the templates to see which ones would work. And my largest one, I think it was this one, did work on the original template, but like I said, that one. Yeah, this one would have worked, I think. But I didn't want it to be that big. So I did have to fidget around with that a little bit, you know, but sometimes trying new things, you gotta work it out. Okay, how about trying to think of something too that's going to be a nice size on here. Maybe congratulations. Where'd it go? I saw it there. Oh, that's kind of big though. Let's see. Oh, that might work. All right. I'll give it a try. So the Charming Sentiments is one of the newer sets that I got. Haven't really used them all the way yet. And like I said, we will use Old Olive since Pear Pizzazz has sort of flown the coop. I don't think that's going to be quite long. Oh, well, maybe it will. Let me check the... I have to find the right die that goes with this. I think it's this one. Maybe. That'll fit. Hopefully. And these are thin enough that they're going to work in the... If you have the... Mini cut and emboss, it would work. Got ink down here, I don't want to. Let me see. Let's try this on a scrap first because it is new. Oh, that's nice. It's a pretty font. I have paper towel stuck on there now. So have you done this kind of a fold before on a card? Am I like the last person on the face of the earth to give this a try? Probably, right? It's okay. I don't mind being last. And I don't like how that's stamped. I think I got paper towel on my... Let me get a wipey here, my chamois. Clean that off. I do. I have paper towel stuck in the stamp. Shouldn't have used that. Stamped too pretty the first time. These dies come out just exactly around the shape of the, oh, see that? The shape of the words. Trim off my little scrap that I might still be able to use for something. Okay, now I'm going to use, this is much thinner. I think I like that so much better. I could actually adhere that flat and it would not be bulky. And I think I'm going to do that. Maybe if I wouldn't emboss the back panel, it wouldn't seem so, no, it still would have been bulky because of all those layers. I think I am going to do this one flat. I'd rather add dimension to my greeting. So I need to get my little flowers that I want as my focal point. And add those back here as well. I almost cut those stems off. Now I'm glad I left them long because it gives me something to glue on to. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Ooh, Dee. Cute. All right. And then we'll use some liquid glue. Again, we have a dimensional panel here, and because I'm trying to keep it smooth in the first place, remember, that's my whole unhappy bit about my first card. Now I am trying to go around that circle because I used vellum and I don't want to see this glue when I put my card together. Cute. Okay. Mini dimensionals. Very mini. I wonder if I should use a piece of one of those to make a little layer behind that. What do you think? Well, if I do, I have to put it down on the bottom because I don't like the vellum over top of the iris, so it would have to go down here, which is okay. That's okay. Oh, I can't pick anything up. I did had to cut my nails really short after we got done with the tie-dyeing. They were horrible. And we used gloves too, but still, They still look pretty dirty, but that's not really dirt. All right, let's do this. Let's do that. Okay, where are you? Glue this onto a piece of vellum. And then we'll trim that down a little bit smaller around the sentiment since it's a very tiny, which is okay because I do like the idea of that being the focal point. Okay, yes, yes. Paper trimmer, are you? And add that to our front. Oh, I like it. Yes, okay, so I still need mini dimensionals. Minis, minis, minis. Add those back here. Keep thinking I'm off camera. I'm so sorry. I'm afraid I'm getting my head under there. Really, I guess I'm just getting it under the light, not under the camera. I think I have to work on getting the camera out a little bit further. It's still too close to the base. Why is it always a challenge? I think you get everything all straightened up and then bam. Nope, not quite. Congratulations. Oh, that's nice. Those little sentiments are cute. That's charming sentiments. That one. Don't touch the cord. I'll break my camera. And is there anything else that we want to add to that? Let's see if I can get the light to shine on there a little bit better and make it so you can actually see. There. Can you see that a little better? That's fun. I'm going to do another one. I think I will. I think I'm going to do one more and I'll add that picture. Oh, I can never add more than one picture though. Oh, well. I can on my Instagram though. All right, you guys. There is an iris full card using charming sentiments with the little die cuts. I cut out the shape of all of our little greetings. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I will go through my templates there and list some of those sites where you're able to get the free templates. And give it a try. It's just following the numbers, you know, sort of like color by number, except you're laying down little strips of paper and it tells you right where to put them. That's pretty easy. So everybody have a great week. As long as nothing unforeseen happens, we'll be back here on Friday. So until then, y'all have a wonderful week. Thanks. Bye.